couple of weeks ago, I made a short little video titled, "Why is Battlefield 4 so great?" And first off, many of you were confused as to why this was so short. The explanation? It was a sponsored video made for the Battlefield 1 website, part of the reveal process. I also made one for Bad Company 2. But today, I want to expand on that and list 5 reasons why Battlefield 4 was great. Don't worry though, I'm going to follow up with a video next week giving 5 reasons why Battlefield 4 wasn't so great, in the interest of giving a balanced argument. Number 1, and this is going from the least important to the most important reason why it was great, the graphics. Battlefield 4 was a giant leap forward for the franchise, not simply because it took a very different art style to Battlefield 3, but the beauty for me was in the details. Look at the weapon models, they look absolutely fantastic in this game, even without the snazzy camos. They were all shiny and sleek looking, and that's something I think Hardline failed with. The weapons were all matte finished and they looked way less impressive. And on top of that, you've got visuals like the weather on Paracel Storm and the dust on Gulf of Oman. Those kind of technical details were absolutely stunning, and considering we just played Battlefield 3 and there was nothing like that in terms of weather effects in that game, it was a huge leap forward to Battlefield 4, and I think the graphics in that game, even today, 2016, the game came out in 2013, I still think today the graphics are extremely good. Number 2, the customization. You could really go all out here in Battlefield 4. Whether you're a fan of shoving every single attachment possible onto your weapon, or if you were a more relaxed player who just liked his ACOG sight a little bit too much, then there was something for everyone in this game. Like the Cobra sight, but you want a little bit more range, you can stick the magnifier on there. If you're struggling to control the recoil, you can go for the compensator or the muzzle brake to help you out. Then there's the weapon camos, everything from Black Shark, which was actually yellow, all the way through to Alligator. Again, there was something for everyone. Some people complained that some of the attachments weren't unique and offered the same statistics as others, but just looked a little bit different, and I think that's a valid point. But overall, the plethora that you could choose from was almost unrivaled at the time of this game's release. And still to this day, there are attachment combinations in this game with weapons that you probably have never tried before. At number 3, we have Easter eggs. Now, this is a little bit of a strange choice for some people, but I'll explain that in a minute. DICE are one of those developers who just love to challenge their community, and with Battlefield 4, they went all out. Again, this kind of splits the opinion across the community, and some people love the idea of hunting for something, solving clues, and earning something for it, and others simply just don't care, and they want to just play their game. But DICE clearly decided to feed the crying mouths for more, and included a gigantic Megalodon on Nature Strike, and on Paracel Storm, although that never made it into the real game. The trail of the Phantom program and its culmination in the Final Stand DLC, that was a really good one as well, and that rewarded challengers with the Phantom bow, and they even added some cool audio Easter eggs like the dinosaur roar on Rogue Transmission. Whether you like this kind of thing or not, the activity kept the dedicated fans of the franchise busy for almost a year during some of Battlefield 4's darkest times. And I'll eat my socks if DICE don't move this activity forward into Battlefield 1. They'd be silly to ignore the group of people that they've attracted purely for those Easter egg moments. Number 4, and I think this is a really good one, free DLC. And this was all on DICE LA. They decided that what the players of the game had gotten for their money just wasn't enough, and they answered the cries of many fans out there by offering free content after all of the paid DLCs had been released. First, we saw the emergence of the Night Map project, and this was pushed forward by the community really, who used the community tools that were made by HattyWatty to change a lot of the lighting in the map, and DICE LA took that idea and started to create something of their own. And eventually, it spawned Zavod Graveyard Shift, which is a complete relighting job of the standard Zavod 311 map, and it took a long time for them to complete that. After this, we saw the release of the community map project called Operation Outbreak. This was a dense jungle map mainly centered around infantry combat with stunning visuals, unique and engaging capture points, and an overall great map flow. And this was developed in conjunction with the community testing it every single time a major change was made. If you were a member of the CTE, you needed premium to be on that, you could jump into those servers and test the map. And over a period of about 9 months, we helped create something awesome. And finally, for the map packs, we saw the amazing remaster of the Battlefield 2 map, Dragon Valley. A huge Battlefield map focusing heavily on the vehicle gameplay many in the community love, and pulling at the nostalgic heartstrings of the veterans out there too. In between those offerings, DICE also dropped the Weapon Crate DLC, adding 5 weapons and the Gunmaster game mode, which gave players some new types of play to enjoy. This system ended up working so well that its mold has now been transferred into other EA games like Star Wars Battlefront, Need for Speed, and even Battlefield 1 as well. Yes, Battlefield 1 is getting free DLC. And lastly, number 5, the community. This was the driving force behind why Battlefield 4 is still alive and well today. We all know that Battlefield 4 had a rough launch. Even their CEO, Andrew Wilson, described it as unacceptable. The community made it quite clear they agreed with that statement, and someone over at DICE decided to do something about it. David Serland, the lead developer, and his team worked tirelessly from May 2014 onwards in the community test environment, a separate version of Battlefield 4 that was purely dedicated to players testing the game, helping root out bugs, test new fixes for issues like dying behind cover, and even trialing new content. Without the community stepping up and helping to find and fix these issues, people would have left this game behind and moved on to something else. That's why I think we're all so ready for Battlefield 1. Getting Battlefield 4 to where it is today has been a big job for everyone. The developers most of all, they've been making the fixes, but the community stuck with this game. And that's a big thing to do considering, in some places, this game was extremely broken. Battlefield 1 is like the prize, the game that the Battlefield community wanted, and a game that the franchise desperately needed. Thanks very much for watching. Let me know some of your thoughts down in the comments why you love playing Battlefield 4. And don't forget, next week I'll be doing 5 reasons why Battlefield 4 wasn't very good. So if you've got any suggestions there, leave those in the comments too. And while you're down there, if you enjoyed the video, drop me a like as well. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.